and I will be your moderator for this panel. Our voice matters because we created a true learning community. Listening to students' voices, we can defeat injustice.
Hello, my name is Joy. I'm a student at St. Nicholas and a resident of Baltimore. My voice matters in this issue because I'm part of the black community, and seeing other black people getting involved in this issue makes me want to speak on it. And I've seen other students going to jail, and it's disappointing because everyone deserves to be treated equally.
My name is Karan, and I feel like my voice matters because I feel like I'm a big part of the future, and I can make things change.
My name is Cheyenne, and my voice matters because I think we can come up with solutions to these issues.
My name is Khalid, and my voice matters because our students is a big change towards the future.
Mass incarceration is referred as the number of incarcerated people in prison. It is over 3.4 million people. There is a high chance there are more blacks than whites in jail. This project is about mass incarceration and what is contributing to it and how can we solve the issue. Our first panel, let's meet Julie. Julie, as a student, what is the school to prison pipeline, and what are things that schools could do to prevent the school to prison pipeline?
The school to prison pipeline is a pattern used to describe students students have with the juvenile system based on the law implemented by the zero tolerance. And zero tolerance is basically possession of drugs used in school or workplaces. And most of these students that are involved in the school to prison pipeline start by poverty, or they have learning disabilities, or come from low income. And based on the research I made, 70% of the arrests are black or Hispanic people. And some of the solutions I came up with, you can give some of those students more counseling, or you can make the police the last resort in schools.
Now, Karan, as a young adult, what do you think are some ways that the community can help kids from staying away from drugs and crime?
I said we can help get the young adults to stay away from drugs. Is you can send them to rec centers, or we can contact the parents and get them have them talk to the children or whatever. Or we can send them after school programs after school, because some young adults don't go straight home after school. So that's what I said we can do.
Cheyenne, one problem with mass incarceration is the effect it has on families of people who go to jail. Can you explain how someone going to jail impacts families and communities?
It can affect their families and their kids because their children and their families won't be able to talk to them every day and see them every day like they usually would. In America, there are 2.3 million kids whose parents are in prison. And based on the website I went to today, there's a 50% chance that if you have a parent that's in prison, that more than likely you're going to go to prison too. I have a cousin, and his father went to jail when he was 12. 6 years later, he started committing the same crimes his father was doing, and ended up going to jail.
Khalid, why is mass incarceration a problem? What is so bad about having so many people in prison?
Mass incarceration is a problem because with all the prisoners being locked up, most of them are black African Americans, and so on the news, it's most people that get locked up is black African Americans, and as they go into jail, they get tortured by white people, and it's more harder for the guards to watch each last prisoner in there. So most of them end up getting killed, beat, banked, and everything. So.
Now let's talk about our problems that contribute to mass incarceration and our solutions. My problem is ending racial profiling and creating a program for people in law enforcement to build a better relationship by encouraging more police officers to walk and talk with citizens and customers. This can decrease the negative attitude people have about police officers and give officers a better understanding about the people in the neighborhood that they serve. Better relationships can have a big impact and create a safer community.
My research was on the school to prison pipeline, and I explained before the school to prison pipeline is a pattern used that students have in the juvenile system. And when I looked up some solutions to solve it, I looked up putting the police last resort in school, or adding the ratio of counselors to police or students in schools too.
The topic I chose to research was war on drugs. I said people get locked up for like the littlest things, and like I said, my solution was like to like have them like. I really didn't come up with a solution.
Also, my issue was recidivism. Recidivism is like, okay, so say if Khalid went to jail and he got out and he started doing the same crimes he was already doing and went back to prison and just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And my solution was, before each prisoner gets released from prison, is for the judge to assign them a counselor and a probation officer.
My issue was drugs on War 2, and the solutions I made up was to legalize every drug, and anyone that's using any type of drug has to attend any health program for 2 months.
Finally, we'll open up to questions.
Okay, Khalid, you said that you will legalize every drug. Why would you do that?
Because drugs aren't, most people around here, they go to jail for drugs. There's certain drugs they can't, yeah, that's the main part. Legalize them because people go to jail for them.
James.
Specifically, instead of working on trying to get all drugs legalized, why not just get the lower level drugs legalized, like marijuana and stuff that doesn't have as big as the effect of like heroin and that stuff, something like that. Why are you, instead of trying to legalize all drugs, why don't you try to legalize lower level drugs like marijuana, like drugs that don't have a huge impact or negative impact on people, like bath salts and heroin and all that other stuff?
I actually don't know. But I would. I just drugs ain't bad for you. So. There haven't been a recording that no one died from it, but
People die from drug overdoses all the time.
yes.
First, I'd like to say I really like that solution for recidivism, Cheyenne. But Khalid, so you said that all drugs should be legalized, and then you said drugs aren't bad, and then you said a couple of things. But the thing is, like, jail is here for a reason, and I feel like your reasoning is just kind of confusing because even though it's overpopulated, doesn't mean that a lot of people need to be there. So, like drug cartels and all that, they commit murders. Like, it's not just drugs. It's a lot of different stuff. So, how would you organize it? Like, how would you organize it by like only drug use, only like drug selling is legal too? Like, how would you organize that?
using drugs and selling them are give up that. So I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to stop the selling and the using it.
So how would making it legal make selling and stop?
No research at all.
Audience.
You don't know.
Okay.
Did you come up with a solution to the issue yet?
No, not
That's for Khalid.
That's what happens when you say something really controversial on a panel.
So, where did you find the statistics for about African Americans getting banked in jail? Huh?
Repeat that.
Where did you find your statistics about African Americans getting banked in jail?
The newspaper, and the internet.
You just named like all the sources.
You sure?
All right. One more, because we gotta, okay.
No, not him.
Just do it. So, where did you find? Where did you find evidence that drugs aren't bad? Where did you find that evidence?
Drugs are or aren't?
You said drugs aren't bad.
I said are. I never said aren't.
And you said.
Okay, well, let's move on. You don't argue with the panel. Next. Last but not least, Janat.
So this question is for Khalid. Well, this is for like Khalid, Shakeen, or Karan, or Cheyenne, and it's like, so you said that you said it was 2.4 million black people in prison. Is that what you said?
No,
No, I'm talking to Khalid.
Say nothing about I didn't say the numbers.
You did say numbers.
So if you feel like that drugs is going to help black people stay out of jail and it's going to reduce the amount of people going to jail, don't you think that like it will cause more death and more drug use and drug selling to happen?
He don't know where